Did Muhammad marry a 6-year-old child? Did he have sex with a 9-year-old child?
And what?
Right, that's pedophilia. If you are a man and you have sex with a 9-year-old child, that's pedophilia. Yes, it is. To consent to marriage, you need to be a mature adult, don't you?
Yeah.
A mature adult is not a 6-year-old.
So
Are you telling me that a 6-year-old is a mature adult? Let's worry about a 6-year-old child. She was prepubescent at the point of marriage. The nikah was given at 6. She hit puberty at 9. That means Muhammad married someone who, by your definition, was a child. Do you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
Right. Do you agree with child marriage?
Yes, yes.
Do you agree with
I'm
child
not going to
marriage?
deny it. I'm not going to deny it.
Do you agree with child marriage?
Yes!
Right. That is the problem. The Muhammad's example has led you to the conclusion that child marriages are okay.
That's crazy. And you find these same people complaining about Epstein. You guys are the same. Mohammed, Epstein is the same. And I'm surprised because usually they try to excuse child marriage saying, well, it was 1,000 years ago, so it was okay. Now it's not okay. Bro, your people still do it to this day. And this is one of the main reasons why Islam will never, ever be compatible with the West or any civilized country. But let me know what you guys think.
Imagine living here, you can't even open the windows. It's horrible.
We have campaigned in this area today, and a lot of people in this area are fed up of the smell. We are saying to people that we will take up this issue if we get elected, and I think council needs to enforce some of the requirements on health and safety issue, because this is not acceptable for a lot of residents in this area.
On the 7th of May, make sure you vote independent. We will address
The smell is coming up to here. Imagine living here, you can't even open the windows.
Yeah, guys, I wonder
We
why.
have campaigned in this area today, and a lot of people in this area are fed up of the smell. We are saying to people that
Yes, that's how people in Chad celebrate marriage. I'm sure importing a lot of these people in our countries will be so beneficial, right? Yeah, I can't show you guys more than this, but just know obviously the wedding is over and it's cancelled for obvious reasons. So this is a video of a French man confronted by a Muslim immigrant because he was eating outside his house during Ramadan.
Non, moi je t'ai juste dit pourquoi tu fais pas le ramadan.
Je suis catholique.
Ah, t'es catholique.
Alors, t'as un problème?
Hein?
T'as un problème?
Non, il n'y a pas de problème pour ça. Je t'ai juste demandé parce que tu manges quoi. C'est pourquoi je te demande si tu faisais pas le ramadan.
Non.
Et t'as dit quoi pour le ramadan? Hein?
Je m'en fous. C'est pas ma religion.
Yeah.
Mais normalement, quand tu dois manger à l'intérieur, parce que nous on fait le ramadan, on peut pas te voir.
Ouais.
On ne doit pas te voir manger, tu vois. Merci. Tu vas aller manger à l'intérieur? Hein? Merci beaucoup. C'est gentil, merci.
These people are so fucking entitled, bro. It's not even your country. Shut up. See, they don't even think, well, France is a Christian nation. Maybe I should follow their rules, but obviously they don't have to follow Islam because it's not an Islamic nation. No, they want you to follow their rules. It's like if I come into your home and I tell you the rules instead of you telling me your rules. Like, what the fuck?
Guck mal, ich bin hier mit meinen Kindern am Spazieren und ich werde einfach die ganze Zeit verfolgt von so einem Mann. Der ruft mich die ganze Zeit. So gruselig.
Entschuldigung, warten Sie mal kurz. Hallo.
Ja.
Sie wohnen auch hier, sind Sie hier neu in der Gegend?
Ja.
Sie wunderschön, Sie sehr, sehr schön.
Okay.
Sie wunderschön.
Dankeschön. Ich bin aber gerade am Spazieren mit meinen Kindern. Ich habe einen Mann. Wir würden hier auch gerne weiter spazieren.
Ich habe Sie gesehen von hinten.
Habe ich gemerkt.
Moment. Ich habe Sie gesehen von hinten. Sie boom hinten.
Okay. Habe ich
Ja.
gesehen. Was will ich denn?
Ich habe gesehen von hinten. Sie haben Bumm von hinten.
Okay, aber ich habe auch einen Mann.
Sehr schön.
Dankeschön.
Sie haben Mann? Sie haben Mann?
Ja, ich habe einen Mann.
Egal, Mann muss nicht wissen, ein Date haben.
Nein, danke.
Bleiben Sie stehen
Ich
kurz.
bin mit meinen Kindern.
Ich nur mit Ihnen rede kurz, wollen ein Date mit
Nein,
Ihnen,
ich
bitte.
möchte kein Date. Dankeschön. Ich würde mich auch freuen, wenn Sie mich jetzt in Ruhe lassen.
Aber Sie magnifik, Sie sehr schöne Augen, schöne Nase und hinten Bumm. Ich habe gesehen, ich muss reden mit dieser
Können
Frau.
Sie bitte gehen?
Bitte.
Können Sie bitte einfach gehen und mich in Ruhe lassen? Dankeschön.
Aber ein Kuss bitte.
Bitte gehen.
That's fucking insane, bro. These people, man.
I was shocked, but I also really wasn't surprised. Throughout my Irish education, I never had a teacher who looked like me, but I developed the biggest pet peeve for when people decide to blame it on Gaeilge. I can tell you now that Gaeilge is definitely a barrier for people from ethnic minority backgrounds for getting into teaching, but it is not the biggest barrier, in my opinion. Because if it was, there would definitely be more ethnic minorities doing secondary school teaching because there's no Gaeilge requirement there, but the numbers are just as low as they are in primary school teaching. I definitely think one of the issues is representation. The curriculum has only become so diverse in the recent years, and also all of the teachers that children, teenagers are seeing are all white. But also a lot of the treatment of students from ethnic minority backgrounds in education is kind of appalling. So a lot of students from these backgrounds do not want to become teachers because they've had a lot of negative experience with teachers in their life. There's definitely still a lot of unconscious bias from primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, and even in higher education from lecturers. And I definitely will always believe that the diversity of the classroom should definitely reflect in the teaching force. Children should be able to see themselves in their teacher and have relatable experiences. And in order to do this, you need to better the treatment of your migrant / minority students in your classrooms.
We need
Again,
more.
This falls into anti-bias and anti-racism training, but also following accounts that help.
Yeah, total delusional bitch. And actually, Elon Musk responded to it, and I'll show you. He said, why doesn't she complain about lack of diversity in Africa or Asia? And obviously he's right. Like, what the fuck do you expect? It's Ireland, bro. You're complaining Ireland people are white. And unfortunately, these migrants is how they think, you know? The majority of them is always complaining and whining. I'm always the victim. And they blame the white Christian man. But you always come to white Christian nations. Stay at your home, bro. Stay at home. Don't come here if you have to complain all the time. And this meme is accurate. Africa should be for Africans, and people say yes. Asia should be for Asians, and people say yes. But as soon as you say, well, Europe should be for Europeans. Oh no, now you're racist, a bigot, white supremacist. It's always the same with these people. They're pathetic.
You're not doomed yet, but in all of world history, there has never been a civilization that has so opened its doors to another civilization that is openly hostile to it. So this is unprecedented, what's happening. Your ancestors of Europe, and I describe it in my books because I write about history, fought tooth and nail to prevent Islam from entering and conquering Europe. Because that was one of the grand plans that went on for century after century. From the east, the Turks were trying to enter Constantinople. They surrounded Vienna in 1683. And before that, the Muslims, I told you, went up into Tours in France in 732, 1,000 years later. This was an actual goal. And now, Western Europe is saying, oh, none of that matters. It was a misunderstanding. Come on in. But they haven't changed. That mentality, and when I say they, that's obviously, I'm simplifying. The mentality that I've described is part of Islam. It's an Islamic concept. So the Islamic State, you're told, oh yeah, they have nothing to do with Islam. They've twisted it. No, they haven't. They are a representation of what Islam, the caliphs, the sultanates, the emirates, that's how they operated. The heads of Islam, the grand imams and the muftis said the same exact thing. Okay, so that is what it is. Again, it's not my point to arguing, oh, well, this particular migrant wants to conquer you. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's looking for a good life. I understand that, and that's what makes it complicated. But to just open your borders completely to that demographic, which has within it, not all of it, but within it, that kernel of animosity for Christians and so-called infidels, and the imperative to conquer the world in the name of jihad for Allah, which they're the good guys, keep in mind. They never see themselves as the bad guys. This is one of the issues with all conflicts. They're not bad guys. They're good guys in their minds. You're the bad guys because you're infidels, and they're trying to bring the light of Islam to you. So that's another aspect of how moral, or the morality that they feel. They're the good guys, okay, in doing this. Because look at you, Denmark and Europe, you're all dissipated drunks and, profligates, and there's no real. I'm sharing with you their arguments because I read it and I hear it. So they're bringing to you goodness, okay? But before, your ancestors, because I guess they had their own social order and their own goodness, and it was called Christianity, were able to fight it. But I guess in this current void of sort of this atheistic climate, anything goes, and who's to say they're wrong? Maybe they're right, etc., etc. And now you have what's happening. Yeah. So it's a very unprecedented experience. A lot of people talk about the Roman Empire, this sort of thing happened, but it didn't, and we can get into that. It was actually, they were still cognizant of trying to maintain their own social, cultural mores, Rome. And it fell to the Goths and the Germanic peoples. And I'm just saying, some people use this analogy, but in this case, this is completely your doing. Not you, but it's Europe's doing. Okay, you're bringing a hostile force that's openly hostile, and lo and behold, when I look where Muslims are, I see chaos and violence and criminality and rape and grooming in England. Okay, that's what always happened under Islam. Okay, so is there a hope? I think so. I hope so in time, but it's so bad that it even had to get to this point. It's such an abnegation and betrayal of your own heritage, of these men and women who fought and died to preserve your way of life against an open, hostile force, and now they're being welcomed in, and why not? It's okay. So I guess so. It's a matter of time.
So where's the hope? Excuse me. So where's the hope? You say there is
the hope is to wake up, wake up and see what reality and what I'm talking about, and understand the history and the doctrine of Islam and what Islam is all about. Islam is unequivocally hostile.
Yeah, it's completely right. Is there really an argument against this? It's impossible to go against this because, like this guy said, any European country, city, or zone that is filled with migrants becomes a complete shithole. They leave trash around, they commit crimes, they don't care about the country or even the place they're in. That's crazy. They don't even care about their house. And you can clearly see, if you compare any European country back then, let's say 100 years ago, now, it is scary how much they've changed. And this is because of mass immigration, because these people come here from the third world. They're used to live in shitholes, so they come to our countries all clean, beautiful, and they make our countries shitholes. That's why any European country is becoming a shithole. Because if you import half of Pakistan, our country is gonna become Pakistan. It's not that difficult to understand. What the fuck? And guys, obviously mainstream media is not gonna cover this because the victims are Christians. But in Nigeria at Easter time, almost 100 Nigerian Christians were killed by Islamists. May God rest their souls and bless their families.
We see that the Christians celebrate the so-called birth of Isa alayhi salam, which is a pagan holiday. These rogue liars make claims against Allah Jalla wa Ala that are mind-blowing, so much so that hearts turn away from. The beginning of every Gregorian year, they make the celebration claiming that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a wife and a child. How can a Muslim after this celebrate, congratulate, intermingle with these kuffar, claiming that Allah Jalla wa Ala has a wife and has a child? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wrath is upon them. He says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, means, indeed you have brought forth a terrible evil thing. And do not fall, ya ikhwa, for the interfaith nonsense. These people who give khutab and come to the masajid, claiming that the Yahud are not kuffar, the Nasara are not kuffar. No one is kafir. We're all the children of Adam. We worship Allah differently. Brothers in humanity, don't fall for this, ya ikhwa. This is the new thing that is going on today.
Yeah, we're definitely not the same. You guys marry children. We protect children from you. So, yeah, we're not the same.
كنت تتعذبي أكثر شيء؟
وقت يجي بده ينام معي بوحشية بقوة.
شو يعني وحشية؟
مجامعة وقت الوحدة بتنام مع زوجها وهيك بقوة وحش.
حتى تقصير الأكل كمان حامل يعني.
أنا من أول يوم لبست فستان الأبيض فيه لحديت هالآن وعم بتعذب.
بالفستان الأبيض
أنا أكلت كف أنا ولابسة فستان الأبيض.
لما كان يضربك ولما كان يعذبك قلتي لي بوحشية كنت تخبريه؟
قال له ولا يهمه، أكيد أحكي وجعي وأبكي وروح لعند أهلي، وأبي يقول لي معلي أبي طولي بالك وبيصير يا أبي مع الأيام بيصير. ما استفدنا شيء. وحشية.
أنت وعمرك 14 سنة. وأنت اليوم طفلة مطلقة حامل بالشهر السابع بعمر 16 سنة. كنت عارفة شو بده يصير بهالنهار؟
لا والله لا والله.
أمك
كنت عارف. لا أمي ما بتحكي لنا هيك أشياء بس.
ليش؟
لأنه بتقول إنه بعدنا صغار على الحكي وهيك. بدك تسمع الكلمة من أول ليلة. يعني خلص بتقول تشيبس بياكل منه وبكبه.
مين التشيبس؟
أنا عنده هيك
كيس تشيبس بيفتحوا بياكل منه وبيكبه وفهمك كفاية.
May God bless them. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. If you also agree that Islam is absolutely not compatible with the West, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Christ is the only King, and God bless you.